Hello badminton fans, and welcome to our channel and to this review of the Kawasaki Honor S6. Right, before we go on to talking about racket specs, let's just tell you about availability and price. So the Honor S6 is available via our racket sales site at www.badminton-racket-review.com. This racket will sell for only £75. And let me tell you right away, that offers exceptional value for money, but it is not the kind of racket that everybody can play with. I will come to that later. Let's talk about the specs. So we're going to compare the specs from the manufacturer to our own E-Zone racket testing specs. So it says here it is a 4U weight category racket, so the overall weight of the racket 4U. The E-Zone testing shows it to be an 89-gram racket. 89 grams. The balance is, am I reading that right? It says it's a head towards head light. I suppose the E-Zone testing for this racket shows it to be a head heavy racket, so weight towards the head. The shaft stiffness is medium flex. Kawasaki medium flex shaft stiffness. The E-Zone testing for this shows it to be a medium flex. Wow, it's a medium flex racket. Great. Okay, other information. The handle. All Kawasaki's that we're selling are G1 handles, not G4, G5, guys. G1. Okay, if you're looking to buy it, don't want any moaning afterwards. Made in China, and the frame is 30 tons of high rigid carbon fiber, and the shaft is 30 tons of high rigid carbon fiber, and the handle is made of wood. Awesome. Now design. So that probably looks pretty plain to look at, right? Well, you're going to see some close-up images in a second of how this racket looks, but let me tell you something. This shaft here is ribbed. I don't know how they've done it, but there is like a texture. How to describe it? It's difficult to describe. So they've obviously put some incisions into the shaft, and you can feel it as you sort of go up and down here. You can feel the difference, and as soon as you go past this little green line here, it's completely smooth again. So again, so that's matte finish, and that is also, but this is super matte and this is less matte. I mean, it's just bonkers what Kawasaki are doing in terms of design. This may look really plain, but trust me, there's a lot of thought gone into this. Absolutely a lot of thought. And then the head is covered in bright, decent graphics, amazingly well finished. If you're not clear on this by now, let me make it absolutely clear. I am 100% fan of Kawasaki design, 100% fan of the finishing of Kawasaki. They are making serious premium products right now, serious premium products. Really, really super impressed with the design. Take a look at these close-up images and judge it for yourself. Okay, specifications are done. Let's go to the E-Zone. Okay, so before we start our E-Zone testing, what do you need to know about how we test our rackets? Well, first of all, we use the same shuttles, the Yonex AS30s on all tests. We re-string all of the rackets with Yonex BG65 at 25 pounds tension, and it's the same player taking all of the shots. Right, now you have some basic understanding of how we test. Let's move on to the smash test. The smash shot that you're seeing here, and for all of the rackets we've tested within Badminton Racket Reviews E-Zone, we take generally 6 shots. We take the 2 highest racket shuttle speeds, and we average those to give us a overall speed. If those two readings are not within a certain percentage of each other, we then retake the entire test. This shot measures the shuttle speed coming off the racket head, and also if you go across to the E-Zone, you'll see a picture similar to the one you're looking at on the screen now, which accompanies every single racket within the E-Zone, so that's nearly 650 or more rackets, with this kind of smash JPEG showing you the racket head speed, the shuttle speed, the distance, and the approximate repulsion of the racket. Okay, now we're going to do an E-Zone maneuver test. The maneuver shots was designed to tell us about the racket's acceleration abilities, its ability to shift from one direction to the other or shift quickly from nothing to full speed. It also tests the racket's aerodynamics. In this test, the player is sitting still with the racket, and once the shuttle is fired, and we measure the shuttle speed to ensure we have consistency within the tests, so it's coming at the same speed all the time, or roughly the same speed as much as we can control anyway. And then the player reacts once the shuttle is fired to hit the shuttle, and we are measuring the head speed of the racket during that test. Okay, so they're done. Now it's E-Zone control test time. The control test is a simplistic test. We've thought many times if there was any other better way of creating a test where we are focusing on the control of the racket and able to score it, and we so far haven't come up with anything better. So this control test is essentially a test where we have 14 shots taken. You're not seeing all the shots on the control video. We generally film half or less of the shots taken. The green bucket here scores maximum, the grey scores slightly less, and anything in the net or out scores nothing at all. Okay, so what do we think of this racket? How does it play on court, and should you buy it or should you not? Well, let's have a look here. I'm looking at the E-Zone testing here. What I can tell you is that the racket does do smashing really well, and it does do control reasonably well. And looking at the extended court testing results on this racket here, yeah, so what I would say is, look, you're going to get really decent power out of this. Smash power, if smash is your thing, definitely try this racket out. It can deliver really well on smash power, and it's got loads of smash potential. In terms of other doubles features, so its ability to defend, drive, it's okay at that. It's not bad. You're not going to find I think given an 89 gram racket, there's not going to be many rackets out there that are going to do all of that a lot better than this. So it's definitely the thumbs up at £75. Do you know what? And when I think about £75 and the design quality and the quality of build that you'll be receiving, and then when you take it on court, the only thing as a doubles player you're going to struggle with is possibly it doesn't feel as quick as you might expect it to feel. I think the airspeed, again with the King K9, absolutely amazing racket, and it went on thumbs up to be a singles or doubles players racket. Still thumbs up, but the only criticism again, it doesn't feel quick enough. So I don't know where you kind of feel that kind of inertia in the speed slightly in the airspeed. But outside of that, 100% recommended for doubles players. Good smash, good defense, and good drive capability. In terms of singles players, I think this would work really well for singles players. Actually, it offers reasonably decent. It's certainly easier to use than the Astrox rackets that most singles players are using. Some, we've seen some jet speeds, Victor jet speeds. Don't really, in the UK circuit, I haven't seen that many people playing with leaning, singles with leaning. I think the leaning does lend itself well to, some of the rackets do lend themselves well to singles, but a lot of them are really good at doubles because leaning is so good at control. I would definitely try this racket out. That's the bottom line here. I would say definitely go and try this racket. It's just remember what I'm saying to you. It's worth £75. It just undercuts so much of the marketplace. Reason I'm saying try it is because we already know the Venom, the Nano 9900, the Apex Wave 10. We already know they're absolutely phenomenal rackets at doubles, phenomenal. But this takes it to a different weight class. And that's where I'm comparing it. At 89 grams, what is better than this? Not an awful lot. The King K9, King K8, this will deliver even better smash than they will. But they do feel a little bit quicker in the air, and they are also quite capable rackets in terms of smash, in terms of the overall doubles game. They're also very capable. But in terms of airspeed, I think they feel very similar. But if you're all about power, then I would try this out. I think that with time and practice and the strings of your choice, it's got a really good sweet spot compared to the Venom, or compared to the actually the Wave 10's got a decent sweet spot, but compared to the Venom, it's got a better sweet spot, easier to access sweet spot. Just the speed could be a slight issue, but if you get into, I tell you something, if you get into a drive value with this, holy crap, it's good in that circumstance. So definitely thumbs up. Singles, doubles, £75. I know you're not going to feel hard done by, because if you go out there and buy the equivalent big brand racket for £75, you're not going to get anything better. So £75, I'm confident you're going to be happy with this racket. So if you want the all-out review, you want to see the court testing, you've seen the E-zone court testing today. If you want to see the subjective court testing, which will soon be added to the E-zone as part of our scoring overall for the rackets, it's also becoming so relevant to how we rate rackets. So where we test out defense, overhead drives, we test out repulsion, we test out control, and we talk in more detail about the racket, and you can get to see the E-zone testing results. Then obviously you need to go to the E-zone for that. If you're not familiar with the E-zone, there will be a video tour following this video. For the rest of the world, if you're going to take the steps and try this Honor S6 racket, do leave a review. Please leave a review for us. It's so important, if you're an E-zone member, you're leaving reviews on the E-zone. It's so important that if you're one of our social media profile followers, you leave a review. We really need to build on the information available to people. So do consider that. Outside of that, listen, wherever you are in the world, thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for the gratitude for the love, for the positivity, and thank you for the constructive comments, for the sometimes harsh criticism and sometimes helpful criticism. Thank you for that. It's really welcome. All we can say to you right now is we're still growing, we're still learning, and we will still move forward with this platform, the E-Zone platform, which is going to change the way people buy badminton rackets. Thank you again. Do press the like button, do press the share button. I will see you on the next video.